Welcome back to Respondent Behavior. This is video part 8. Beginning with objective 25, discriminate between examples and non-examples of respondent processes. So I'm just going to make up a story now about 8-year-old Carla, the birthday party, and the clown. And I'll ask you some examples about respondent processes. So let's say there's 8-year-old Carla. And 8-year-old Carla went to a birthday party at her neighbor's house. And there were a lot of kids there and playing with noisemakers and singing and dancing and eating candy and drinking smoothies, and it was crazy. It was a lot of fun, at least initially. And then the party took a turn for the worse for Carla, and so there was this one kid actually who kept running around and sounding a foghorn. And initially it startled Carla, right? Because he was right behind her. He's right behind her and he plays this loud foghorn, and it startled the kids next to her as well. Then those kids ran away from the kid with the foghorn. And so then this kid with the foghorn just keeps running around and sounding that thing. And through repeated, instances of sounding the foghorn, eventually Carla stopped startling in response to that sound. Okay, so this the gradual decrease in Carla's startle response to the foghorn is an example of A, habituation, B, sensitization, C, potentiation, or D, none of the above. Give you a couple more seconds. Alright, I'll go ahead and close the poll, and the answer here is A, habituation. ASR 29. Now, okay, so some time has passed since that foghorn thing, and throughout the, let's say for the first half an hour or 45 minutes, kids have been drinking smoothies that were prepared by the birthday boy's dad earlier, but all the smoothies, everyone's running out of smoothies, so dad goes in the kitchen to make some more, and there's like an open concept. The house has an open concept, so the living room where all the kids are playing is open to the kitchen, and so dad starts to blend some smoothies in the blender, and initially it doesn't have any effect on Carla, but then a few times, starting the blender, then now the sound of the blender starts to startle Carla, and each time the dad turns on the blender, it startles Carla even more. So this gradual increase in Carla startling to the blender describes which process? A, habituation, B, sensitization, C, potentiation, or D, none of the above. Give you a few more seconds. Alright, I'll go ahead and close the poll, and the answer here is C, potentiation. Now, ASR 30. Okay, so they got the blender going on in the kitchen, and that was startling Carla, but the effect was only temporary. Okay, and so the time is passing. She's still at the party here, but now there's someone paid a clown to come to the party and make balloon animals. Okay, and now the clown's making balloon animals, but the clown is new to this, so basically all of the balloon animals he's trying to blow up, they pop. Okay, so obviously making loud popping sounds, and initially the popping didn't elicit a startle response for Carla, but then suddenly out of nowhere, one of the kids in the room screamed, and it's because he got his hand. The kids were going in and out of the living room into the backyard through the sliding glass door, and someone slammed the sliding glass door on the kid's hand, and so the kid screamed, and then that startled Carla, and then just as the clown was starting to turn. Or just as the clown was starting to make a new balloon animal, his balloon popped, and now this time the popping of the balloon startled Carla. So first she startled, initially the balloons that were popping didn't startle her, but then she was startled by the kid screaming when his hand got stuck in the sliding glass door, and then the next balloon animal attempt by the clown popped and startled Carla. So this describes which process? A, habituation, B, sensitization, C, potentiation, or D, none of the above. I'll give you a few more seconds. Alright, I'll close the poll, and the answer here is B, sensitization. So the first stimulus that didn't elicit a reflex response yet was the popping of the balloons. Right? And then the first stimulus that did elicit the startle response at this time was the kid screaming. And that stimulus enhanced or strengthened the ability of the balloons popping to elicit the startle response. Alright, ASR 31. The fun dies down, if you can call that fun. And basically Carla's ready to go home. And so she asks her mom if they can go home, and mom says, yeah, sure. And so she takes her home. All right. Now, Carla asking mom if they can go home now is A, habituation, B, sensitization, C, potentiation, or D, none of the above. Give you a couple more seconds. Okay, I'll close the poll. And the answer here is none of the above. Yeah, so asking mom if she can go home is Carla's behavior. So because it's her behavior, it cannot be a process. But even if one of these did apply, her behavior is affected by consequences, right? So the reason why she would ask mom if she can go home at that time is because in the past, under similar circumstances, if she's asked mom to go home, mom took her home. So that's behavior controlled by consequences, not exclusively controlled by antecedent stimuli, such as the eye blink response or salivation or startle. So these processes don't really apply. Okay, so that wraps up this video part. I'll see you in the next video part, beginning with Objective 26.